Hi, Mark Oswald, Londonderry Heart, Home and Soul. And with me this evening is Rick Herrick with Prime Lending.
That's right. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And as a loan officer, you and I are experiencing a pretty fast-moving market out there.
Yeah. The homes are coming on the market, and homes are leaving the market really quick, as you know.
In days.
In days.
Hours.
Sometimes hours.
In some cases, right? I've got three new listings going on tomorrow, and I had both consumers and agents calling today. Can I see it? I said, you can see it tomorrow. That's when it's coming on tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get a police detail to control traffic or something. I don't know. But what I've found over time, and I think you'll appreciate this, is it's so essential for buyers to know what they're comfortable in purchasing.
Right.
They need to get their financing lined up before they get out involved in a home search.
Yeah, so many clients come to me after having started their home search, whether on the internet or with a realtor, and they've found the ideal home and they know it's going to disappear in an hour or two or a day or two, and they want to just have me write a pre-qualification letter for them. They really don't know, especially the first-time home buyers, they really don't know what it means to finance a home. And this is a pretty big investment in somebody's life. And in many cases, it's their single biggest investment in their life that they'll ever make, or that they've made to this point in their life. And to just want a pre-qualification letter just jammed out doesn't make sense to me, but it's a necessity and maybe a requirement of this marketplace. I think a much better way to deal with these issues is to understand your options before you get yourself out there finding homes. I think that people find homes and they say, this one will never exist ever again. And many times we can't get that one, and they'll find another one, and I'll hear at the closing, I'm so glad I didn't get that first one because this one came up.
Right.
All right. So I encourage my clients to come talk to me. Let's talk about what you can afford.
Right.
I don't know what you can afford.
Well, the difficulty we're seeing because of the lack of inventory is that indeed we are seeing multiple offers.
Right.
And many times if I'm on the selling side and I'm presenting multiple offers to the sellers and someone doesn't have their financing lined up, that offer is going to be dismissed. It's not going to be strongly considered because they've got others that are financially sound, if you will.
So a second reason to come to us, besides understanding your options and understanding the costs associated with the recurring costs associated with buying a home, is in fact that when you're making an offer, you have to realize there's probably going to be other competing offers on that home, and sellers have an opportunity to review and figure out not only which one's going to net them the most money from the sale of their home, but which one is also more likely to close.
Right.
With a loan officer involved with a client, we can give you a letter or some credentials that you can show to a buyer. And those are pre-qualification letters or qualification letters or full approvals. My company actually does full approvals. We believe that that's the best opportunity for a buyer to show a seller that they're qualified for a home. Because as you know, when a buyer selects somebody, they're in for at least a 2-week period before they realize what they're into. And those other offers that they're going to say no to are not going to be there in 2 weeks.
Right.
So they're very careful to select which one they want. And so we want to help our clients get the most attention from the seller by giving them credentials to say, you're approved, you've been looked at by an underwriter. Not just credit pulled, but all the other
Clearly a
assets.
significant advantage in this market.
Yes, I think it's very important to have that behind you.
So you can do the approval, and then you get you look at this kind of a good, better, best
Yes.
approach.
Okay, so with Prime Lending, we think that we have a difference from our other approval partners out there. We think we have a differentiation. In fact, we know we have a differentiation. Not only do we do approvals, but we allow the client to lock in an interest rate, even before they've found a home. Let's get you locked into an interest rate. Because as you know, as interest rates go up, and they have been going up, as they go up, the monthly payment's going up as well. And so you want your consumer, the buyer, my client, to be in front of a seller with an approval letter, but also a lock so that they're not going to fall out of approval
Right.
should interest rates go up.
Right.
Okay, so we have that program called Lock and Shop. In addition, sometimes consumers say, well, I don't know if I want a lock. What if rates go down? That does happen. It hasn't happened a lot, but it does happen. And we have a program for that too. That's our best program. Not only do we allow you to lock, but we allow you to float down. Should interest rates go down after you've made a decision to lock, you can get that lower interest rate.
Interesting.
Yeah. So an approval with a lock, which the seller wants to see,
Sure.
and then a float down that the buyer wants to see. It's the best of all possible worlds.
Planning and preparation. It can't be ready, fire, aim.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And sometimes people are they've got the objective in sight, but they don't realize that you just don't go from A to Z. There's a few other steps in the process.
Especially when something of this importance is on your plate.
Right.
When you're
Right.
considering where you're going to live and how much you're going to pay per month for that opportunity to live in that home, it's important. It's not like buying a can of tuna fish. I tell all my clients, you just don't pick it out, go to the cash register, pay for it, and you're gone. Nobody, when you buy a bad can of tuna fish, you can take it back, or you can throw it away and go get another one. When you buy a bad home or you get into a financing program that you didn't expect and you went through with it because you didn't know enough about it or going in, you can't just take it back. You can't just throw it away. It's a major investment.
Sure.
And so because of that, there's a process. You know, nobody's ever lived in that tuna fish can before. And your home that you're buying, somebody's lived there. That's
Right.
somebody's home. They're moving on to something else. They're relying upon you to take over their home and take over the responsibilities of that home that they are moving out of.
Right.
So it's an important decision.
But I think the other advantage, Rick, too, is that you're a local lender.
Yes.
I can't impress upon buyers the importance of working with someone that lives in and knows the local market.
Yeah.
And nothing wrong with any financial institution, but when they're based in, New York or California, and the underwriting's in North Carolina or Texas, and they don't know how to spell New Hampshire, in terms of just the processing of all that, it gets to be a little bit lost.
Yeah, our market has kind of moved away from face-to-face a little bit and more into the online marketing. I still think I offer to my clients, let's get together.
Sure.
Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's get into my office and sit down. Now, it doesn't work for a lot of people, and that's okay because we still have the phone, but they know that
Right.
I'm here.
Right.
I've lived in New Hampshire for over 35 years, in southern New Hampshire for all 35 of those years.
And you're a resource. You're a local resource.
I am available 24 hours a
And
day.
you know how to spell New Hampshire.
And New Hampshire is one of those that I've learned.
Great. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you, Londonderry and the region, for watching. And remember, be of good heart.